My name is Oshife Larry. I'm a mechanic. Welcome to Exxon F1, also known as from Lawon, Colum, Africa.
Good day! Please, like I've always clamored, please. I know you love what you're doing. Subscribe to my channel. Love it. I beg, like be on my channel. You get the best news. I love you guys. Like, comment, share. Some of you come to my inbox, my DM to comment. Yeah, it's good, but sometimes also comment on this social media. It helps my growth. Like, share. Share, please. It's very important you share. I love you guys. Oh, today the sprint qualifying and the sprint race. Yeah, it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. But before we get deep into it, please do not forget my homeboy Philip Janos. He's one of the future. We have so many people that can be future, but he's one of them. He's a great guy and leadership qualities. I can see that in him. He has some in-depth leadership qualities and he can do a lot. So please, the world, please come together. Let's see what we can do for him. God bless you all as you dip your hand in your pocket to help him. Thank you. So, trending news before we go into SQ1, SQ2, SQ3. Lewis Hamilton spent his whole morning. I wonder how he will be able to look up to qualifying this afternoon. All the morning he spent it watching the F1 Academy race. Lewis, waiting happen. You are not preparing for your own race. You are not preparing for sprint. If you mess up during the sprint, the code that the Mercedes will give you, you will see. But it's beautiful. He spent the whole morning watching their race and he congratulated the champion. That's Marta Garcia. And it was beautiful for the Formula One Academy, having great role models, especially Mercedes around them, and someone like Lewis Hamilton mentoring them, talking to them, pushing them, is a great thing. And I hope we will see more of F1 Academy next year and the plans they have. I can't wait to see how their plans will come to fruition. I believe it's going to be great, certainly. And also, Lewis made comment on the upgrades that Mercedes brought, and we can see how he was able to maximize the upgrades yesterday because they were just fine lines, just thin fine lines, yesterday. Less than 2 tenths between the top three. Even if Max Verstappen had been ahead, it would still be less than 2 tenths. But it was fine lines, beautiful fine lines. And he said this is the first upgrade that he has actually felt in the last 2 years that his team has brought. And he said they needed just 2 or 3 times of this step up, put them in the competitive mode. So it seems we are going to be seeing the Mercedes competition next year. We should be seeing them competitive and in that good mood. And I can't wait to see a good race next year. So also, we are going to be seeing a star-studded weekend with Ryan Reynolds coming to our pin. A lot of stars will be coming. This is weekend. And that US Grand Prix, every US Grand Prix is always lit. As in, stars falling. A lot of stars will fall in. And especially for these teams, I am sure these guys are going to fall in. And it's going to be beautiful. But so we go to SQ1. The format is medium tires SQ1, medium tire SQ2, and soft tires SQ3. But how did they go? It was action all through, with a lot of teams struggling on the medium tires. The McLaren, the Mercedes, they struggled so well on the medium tires. And Chief Max Verstappen excelled so well on that medium tire. But the Ferrari were not really struggling on the medium tire. They were just in it to feel it. So how did it go? The SQ3, after all the shere, we saw Logan Sargent, Lance Stroll, Daniel Ricciardo, Kevin Magnussen, and Bottas in the danger zone. But closing it all, we saw Nico Hülkenberg out, Kevin Magnussen out, Bottas, Tsunoda, and Logan Sargent out in SQ1. But it was a very close SQ1 with about 1 minute separating top 20. The grid is packing close. And in SQ2, with Max Verstappen thinking about yesterday, he was thinking he can use reverse to take pole position in SQ2. But he led SQ1, he led SQ2, certainly. And he rode deeply close to the grass and the gravel and was able to take the car out after taking a 360. I think the pressure is still on him from yesterday. I think he's getting his head back in shape. The pressure still looks tight on him. He's still tiptoeing on some sides. The weather today is so different. So the weather change also affected the driver. There's no practice for them today. It's just sprint straight. So the effect of the weather showed in their qualifying, in which we see Lewis Hamilton and his teammate George Russell almost being knocked out. But in all, Daniel Ricciardo, Alonso, Ocon, Stroll, and Zhou Guanyu were knocked out in SQ2. So to SQ3, where the main deal was. It was a very close SQ3. Max Verstappen took the pole position. Charles Leclerc second. Lewis Hamilton third. The difference, even with Norris fourth, it was a 10th difference between the top four. The top three was less than 7 millisecond difference. Wow, that shows you how close these drivers are. The sprint race will be too salty, too spicy, and over sweet. And the sprint race will tell us how tomorrow will be. But I can tell you tomorrow, I see Mercedes, McLaren, Ferrari on the podium. In what aggregate, I don't know. But today, it was Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, top 4, Piastri 5, Sainz 6, Perez 7, Russell 8, Albon 9, and Gasly 10. I told you, Gasly has always outqualified any of his teammates. On US soil, is like his second home. And it's beautiful. Russell struggled because Mercedes do not have enough tires left. I think if they have enough tires left, it could have been different. It could have been a different case. They don't have enough soft tires left. It could have been a different case. They've used up the allocation, so they were using used tires already, scraping it and using it. So many other in the team. But Verstappen had new tire set. Leclerc had new tire set, and they were able to set beautiful laps. But the sprint race would be quality because the weather would have changed again, but the sun is still high. How will they cope now? How will Verstappen cope with the pressure? How will Ferrari cope with their overheating? How will Perez and Russell and Sainz 6, 7, 8 navigate themselves? Let's see in the sprint race and let's see how it pulls up. Tomorrow is going to be lit. Certainly, the main race is going to be lit. Yeah. So the sprint race. It took me some time before I really got to record this episode. It's not just an episode; it's the backup to the sprint qualifying, and it's on the same video. I had to just sit down, try and digest the race because I understood the assignment. I still think a lot needs to be done for all these teams to come into contention. Winning championship is not a fluke. Aside from the fluke from the Ferrari to win the Singapore, I think it has shown that it's going to be difficult. I saw Max Verstappen under pressure yesterday. I saw him under pressure in the sprint qualifying today, and I saw him under pressure earlier in the race, but he was able to garner the car back because they have the best car on the grid. I think, this season, Mercedes is now closer to the McLaren. Or should I say they are faster than the McLaren, or they are on the same par with the McLaren, because the McLaren looks tastier. They look like patty jollof in the race. They are faster than the Ferrari. Both cars are faster than the Ferrari. We know the Red Bull are in their own league. And I don't know what has prompted Ben Sulayem, that's the FIA president, to be talking about punishment or those. Nobody's talking about you punishing Red Bull or making them feel like the job they've done is not a terrific job. And I will say it over and over again. I will commend that team. They've done a wonderful job. Nobody can deny the kind of job that the Red Bull team have done. But we think them dominating this Formula One era is quite different in a way. It looks so different. Their kind of dominance is not the kind of dominance that we've experienced. And it makes it look like every other team are not on par with them. They are just struggling. But what a race. In 19 laps, with the upgrades Mercedes have brought, the Red Bull can still finish in 19 laps, 10 seconds ahead of them. That is an average of 5/10 per lap. I don't know what to say again. The Mercedes, the Ferrari, the McLaren, they have a lot of work to do, a lot of learning to do coming next year. Because if they don't get it turned up, this Red Bull team will come back next year and certainly win, because the cost cap effect will not be there next year. This is their best chance of working hard and getting into contention next year. If there are no cost cap effect next year and this Red Bull team comes, hey, Gbeleo, forget, they have won. But let's quickly go to the race. The 19 drivers on the grid started on medium tires. They all started on used medium tires because they are trying to conserve tires against tomorrow race. Only one driver started on new medium tires, and that I think is Alex Albon. And Carlos Sainz started on soft tires, and that was to give him a leap, and he got the leap. He got the leap of faith. It was a fast leap because before the race, George Russell got a 3-place grid penalty for impeding Charles Leclerc during the qualifying. He was relegated from 8 to 11, but before the end of first lap, it was 8. He was able to gain 3 positions back to that same position he should have started from. Lewis looks so super powerful on the first turn. He was forced off the track and he came back. And people will question, why did FIA not penalize him because he left the track? There are two things. One, normal Lewis could have want to give the place back, but one, incidents on turn 1 are not really being looked at because everybody is commissioning for pace and for position 1. 2, he was pushed out of the track and immediately he came back. Those are the 2 reasons. And if you look at it during the race, George Russell got a penalty 5 seconds, though he was pushed out, but he had an opportunity to hold it and still gain the place. He was given a 5 second. I would still say it's not justifiable though. But for the same thing, Alex Albon was not given a 5 second. Joe you got a 5 second also. F1 still need to tell us how they dish out this penalty. Is it just like from thought or from idea? We need to really know how they dish out this penalty because it's a little bit confusing. But Lewis Hamilton case, we know it was not meant for a penalty because because he got it straight, he got it done. And with the way he chased after Max Verstappen, you know that Mercedes is on pace. I think he lost tires, a lot of tires, because he was in the heat of the battle chasing after Max Verstappen. Tires would have suffered for like 4 laps or 5 laps behind Max Verstappen in DRS in the DRS positions in which he was trying to chase after Max Verstappen to overtake him. He would lose tires, he would lose grip. I think that was why he fell back and he was losing tire, but he was still able to manage those tires through the race. That was decent from him, but still, I would say 10 seconds is much. He lost tires, but he was still able to hold the tire till the end of the race. But I still think that there's a lot of braking freedom Mercedes need to braking freedom in the sense that they need to look for a way to take some part of the heat away from the brakes, like Aston Martin needs to do, because Lance Stroll retired during the race because he lost the brake, and they've done a lot of things with Aston Martin to make the brake cooling effective, but they've not gotten it. Lewis Hamilton was just on Max Verstappen for like 4 laps till he dropped off the pace because of the heat. The tires were suffering, so he had to drop back off. But give it to Lewis Hamilton and give it to Max Verstappen, two competitors. Straight up, they left the rest behind, especially the Ferrari. Carlos Sainz was able to jump up and he was able to help his teammate defend against the threat of Lando Norris, because Lando Norris would just have overtaken both of them. He was able to defend for like 10 laps before finally giving in or caving in to Lando Norris's pressure. He had to give in. That guy was on fire. Lando Norris was on fire all through. He was just firing on all cylinders. He was not playing at all. He was in the race all through. He was in the moment. Every moment he was there. He nearly got it done on Charles Leclerc in the final lap. If there had been one more lap, he would have overtaken Charles Leclerc. Russell struggled behind Carlos Sainz after he got his 5-second penalty for overtaking from outside the track, PS3. He struggled because Carlos Sainz was fighting, was defending for his life as if his destiny depends upon it. He was just right out there defending with everything he had on those soft tires that were gone. He was using his battery to the maximum effect, and I think there are still a lot of things George Russell needs to learn in some ways. Piastri lost positions from 6th to 11th. He was just dropping off. He was unable to hold pace of the tire, keep up with the drivers ahead of him, which shows that there's still a lot for him to learn in races. It's not that he's fortunate to win a sprint race or to come second back to back, but here there are some races you get to that you know that wow, I thought I'm here. No, I've not arrived. I still need a lot of things to learn. So I think he needs a lot of things to learn, because a lot of the things that happened today is the learning curve for tomorrow's main race. And like I told you, undercut is one of the strategy that will play a vital role in tomorrow's race. Undercut. Tire strategy, because now we know most of the teams don't have tires, though we really should give them new set of tires tomorrow, but they won't have enough new tires in the race. And degradation is high because of the sun. Degradation is high on the track. So around the time the race will be run, the sun will still be a little bit up. It is midday. It will be around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So they have a lot to do. Strategy, tires, then undercut will play a winning role in the race tomorrow. For other drivers, it was a great race. But looking at what will happen tomorrow from the highs of today, I think it's looking like a Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull on the podium tomorrow. I don't see those Ferraris coming up. The cars are in park for me, which means they can't do anything on the cars since yesterday, immediately after FP1. So they are locked up. They can't do any setup again. So this is the same thing the Ferrari is bringing up tomorrow. The cars will change again in the heat of the afternoon to tomorrow's race. But I don't see the Ferrari doing anything. They are going to have degradation. A whole lot of degradation will happen to them, and it will affect their race. But they can only do something. They can prevent the people coming from behind them, give them a tough race, and make it easier for those ahead to have a jolly good race. That is what the best thing they can do for themselves. When you think they are protecting those ahead, no, they are protecting themselves so that when they pit, they can still have a good position, saving themselves from those behind. That's what they will do, and that will be one of their own strategies tomorrow. But congratulations to Max Verstappen. 3 out of 4 sprint races this year he has won, and for coming back, putting his head down, even under pressure, he's able to win. Now he has nothing to be pressured for because he has won the competition already. They've won the drivers' championship and the constructors' championship, but they're just trying to see the number of races they can win, which I see. They might lose 1 or 2 more races, but they are going to win more races this season. They have no pressure, put themselves win by force, but it's already showing that they have a lot in hand, less to play for, and also more learning against next year. Congratulations to Max Verstappen once again. Good race from McLaren, good race from Mercedes. The Red Bull are on their own. Up until tomorrow for the main race, I tell you, it's going to be very, very interesting. But I hope it gives us the same drama that we had in Qatar, aside from the heat in Qatar or Singapore. And please, I want to say this to all my listeners all around the world. I really wish there's peace all over the world. And please, I'm saying this to the Palestinians. I love you guys. You're going through a lot. The Israeli and the US government, please. We all know we don't know the beginning of war, but nobody wants to know how it ends. But please, let us come together and see how we can help the Palestinians. The bombing is too much. Seeing children die, the Bible says the children are the heritage of God. And every day I watch young, beautiful children dying in Palestine. It hurts my heart. It breaks my heart because these are beautiful souls. And there are Americans that have beautiful children and they see this. And there are Israelis that have beautiful children. These children are not part of the war. They are not part of the Hamas that has really offended Israel. And I think there are other ways to settle this scourge than just bombing the whole of Palestine. It is the Hamas that you have issues with. And there are ways of getting the Hamas or sitting down and having a conversation. And I think to go a long way if Israel, US, or the Arabian nations come together and solve this issue as soon as possible. It is hurting the world. Yeah, it's hurting the economy of the world. It's hurting a lot of people because we see children dying. We are still talking about what is happening in Ukraine and Russia since last year, which has affected the whole world. A lot of children have died there also. Russia and Ukraine too should come together and let us solve this issue. The world is a beautiful place and we should leave it a beautiful place, not destroy it more with chemicals, with bombs. And this is a call to us as Christians and as Muslims. Religion should not be a thing of war. We are free for religion. We can decide who we love, the God we serve, and we tread this at matters. The mark we leave matters. Please, let us stop this war. It's hurting our children, it's hurting the economy of the world, and it's hurting everyone at large. I love you all. God bless you all. God bless the world. I love you. Bye. Chee.
Gibor gives you power. Gibor gives you control. Gibor gives you benefits. Are you an individual or business that uses fuel or gas? Use Gibor to find the best prices across all retail outlets in your city. For users and businesses that buy volumes, Gibor gives you access to credit. Gibor also gives you the ability to track your costs and monitor expenses per car or fleet. Need to improve your costs, enjoy incentives, or track expense? Gibor is the answer. Enjoy 5% discount on your first 5 purchases when you get your next fuel voucher from Gibor. Log on to www.gibor.co to enjoy this. Retail outlets wanted nationwide.
I have a new friend in the house. We are in Nigeria here, West Africa. He provides internet for us. They provide the best internet around the mainland, and I know they are still moving to the highland and they are moving all around Nigeria. But for you to get internet on the mainland, contact Fibrad Telecom Limited. They get you sorted out ASAP. The best cable internet on the mainland, fiber, I think they get sorted out. We talk much about them in the course of some of our videos, but contact them, they get sorted out. Teams Gadget is for those of you that cannot easily go to the market to get your phones, your laptops, your accessories. Just place a call through. His phone number is there. It gets you the best. It's your shop plug to get you the best phones, accessories, laptops, games, and other accessories for your computer gaming experience. Contact Teams Gadget and you get them for you.